Good morning and or good afternoon, wherever you're at. So my name is Jose, and today we're actually going to talk about exercise prescription. And what I oriented this specific regime to build on is essentially have a very balanced approach of upper body and lower days, right? Lower body days. So we're going to be doing a 4 time frequency, and that is actually shifting more towards the recommendations of like an intermediate level lifter. That's why I'm calling this the beginner intermediate, because I want this to be a progression from the beginning lifter requirements and other things we can improve on in terms of balance, right? We include the bench press and the barbell row, two pretty much opposite movements, but they use opposing muscle groups, right? And that way, if we're able to build up the strength evenly, there should be less risk of a imbalance. Same thing with the shoulder press and lat pull down, right? As for legs, we definitely do a lot of the barbell squats, RDLs, split squats. And within leg days, there's definitely more availability for you to kind of explore different avenues of exercise and kind of just go at your own pace without having to use weights. For example, even for this bridge, you do not have to use any weights. And ultimately, it's for you just to get the reps in and also just get comfortable with squeezing your glutes and really focusing on activating, especially at the end of the workout here, just to get some extra reps going on. And of course, can't help hurt to add in some push-ups. So these push-ups are actually pulled from the, I think, fair recommendation of, I think, 1721 max push-ups. I put here that you should do 3 sets of 17. At this point, with the experience of a lifter, having about 6 to 8 at this point, they should be able to do that. And then from here, we'll work towards this. And, there will be some small changes from week to week, nothing overtly significant, because ultimately we're working up in terms of weight to reach our goals, especially with the bench and squat. Since the person I got to talk to about this, his max was actually 205. So if we delete this, we'll go ahead and see that literally all the bench press stats, even over here, right? These non-highlighted areas will disappear. Voila, right? And let's say your max is 100 pounds flat. It will calculate how much we can do. And a lot of the workloads are estimated towards the strength building. So 6 reps, around 70% of 1 rep max or higher, right? And so as we build, right? At this point, that's when we're actually working toward at that like 80% capacity. Very difficult, very hard, and very strenuous, right? Even for the dumbbell split squats, it's still a lot. It's still gonna be a lot of work. And it's a good thing. That's okay, because if you're trying to build for strength, this is the workloads that's gonna be needed to be done. And part of this is also, can the person manage to do the workouts? Because if it is something that's not manageable, let's go back to the drawing board and let's see what else we can do. Because ultimately, what's just as important as actually making this is also seeing if this works with what time and or time constraints they might have. And then you can update it whenever you want, right? Now, here's a little thing you can look at almost all the time is the warm-up. This is the recommended warm-up I had for this specific these specific exercises. Lower body, upper body, that kind of same setup. And then later, let's say you decide to move on from this, you can still use this as a resource later to kind of see the ranges of what you would want to do, especially since the math, it's not hard, it's just tedious, right? Calculating 87% of 205, right? Not too difficult, but this can save you a little bit of time. That's what you want to use it for. But yeah, just as a reminder, the highlighted areas are where you mark. So green over here, that's where you mark. Blue over here, you mark there. These two are the only ones you do anything in, and it changes any values. Aside from that, everything else, even the date, will not change any values, and that's all. The rest of this is just for you to go ahead and fill in as necessary for you. Because ultimately, this is for whoever feels that this might be the right program for you. All right, well, best luck and have a good one.